Hey Buckets, I can't believe it is the end of the WNBA season, but as the playoffs start, it's award season. We're handing out some awards, and I grabbed my friends to help me. We have Allie Clifton, 5-time Emmy Award-winning sports journalist and podcast host. We have Lexie Brown, shooting guard for the LA Sparks, and we have Erica McCall, overseas hooper, former Washington Mystics forward and host of the Bird's Eye View podcast, and a lover of candy corn, which we don't have to get into right now, and we won't.
Oh, wait, I'm with you.
Oh, no.
You put peanuts with it, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Game over.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Salty.
Sweet and salty.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Absolutely.
This really took a turn.
God.
I wasn't expecting that. I didn't want to hold that against her, but now we have to. And Allie, according to her own admission.
I just thought it was just a Midwest thing.
No, it's a Bakersfield thing as well, I guess.
Love it.
Yes.
Well, besides that, we have some WNBA awards to get into, and I'm so excited. Thank you guys so much for being here with me today.
Thank you.
Let's start with the big one. Let's start with MVP. I thought it was a clear-cut race in my mind, but I don't think it is. I think, according to Lexie Brown, it's not. But Allie, I want to start with you.
No, you can't do
Yes.
that. Because I think I was on the same page as you. But then when I saw their reaction, I was like, ugh.
Maybe not. So we're on the same page. Lexie, who is your MVP and why?
I don't know. I don't know.
I want to hear it.
I don't like this. Okay. Well, I'm going to go with Asia.
Oh,
You
maybe
don't
we
sound
were on
happy
the same
about it,
page.
though.
We are on the, and I'm excited about it, but why are you?
Like, if it's between her and Stewie, okay? This is
Okay, that's what, yes.
split. And I was with you like a few months, maybe halfway through the season. I was like, oh yeah, Asia running away with this. But when we went to Seattle and we played them, we actually beat them in Seattle, which like at the time didn't seem like a big win for us because they were kind of struggling.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, they're actually like really good. Like, I don't know why people are sleeping on Seattle, but at that moment, I was like, Stewie gonna mess around and, find her way in the MVP conversation. I had my NECA for MVP
Yes.
campaign before our free fall. But yeah, it's between Asia and Stewie, and I think that Asia deserves it. Stewie deserves it. Honestly, if either one of them win, I'll be, content with that. Like, their stats are so similar.
Mm-hmm.
Asia is on the best team in the league. So, I mean, if we have to, make a decision based on, something like that and be like, okay, she's the best player on the best team.
Yeah,
Cool. But, people, the goalposts change.
it does.
Okay, well, how are they without her? Or will they still be the best without her? Will they be better with her? It's all these other things. So it really depends on how people are feeling when they're voting.
All those questions are valid, though. It's like, Stewie is leading the league in scoring for the first time in her career. So you have to, tip your hat to that. But if you take Asia off of the Aces, are they still the number one team?
No.
Talk about it, Bird. What do you think?
The impact that she has, not only on the Aces, but this league,
Mhm.
it's incredible. Even when she's not performing to the best of her abilities, like even the last game, this last playoff game, she wasn't good offensively. But defensively, the way she affected the game, block shots, putting people on the ground, putting the probably defensive player of the year from last year on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
It's just incredible. And I'm a big Stewie fan. I played against her. She's absolutely incredible and efficient as I don't know what. But I just think that the impact that Asia has with the Aces, with them getting back into their groove and getting back into that first place seeding is incredible. And I think that's why she deserves MVP.
Yeah. I agree. What do you think, Allie?
I think, obviously, throughout all of sports, the one thing, is so hard to define because not one person has the same exact opinion is, what MVP really means, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think end of the day, the one thing that can't be dismissed from it is the impact on winning. And that, as you guys both have mentioned so well, is just every single night showing up, that consistency, the durability. And yeah, if you do take her off the floor, how different and dynamic things change. But it was honestly like you could close your eyes and flip a coin because of the similarities in the way in which Breanna Stewart impacts as well.
Yeah.
I do want to sidebar really quick your take on NECA, and obviously I'm a Sparks broadcaster, and so you can say bias if you want, but I thought it was awesome to see the support, but just from such a clear, like, this is the reality. The winning wasn't there, right? But what you saw from her when you speak of value, consistency, she deserved to be at least a part of the conversation for a little bit. You know, yeah. So respect to you. And Jordan Canada, I know, was out there as well doing the same thing. I just love to see that, no matter what people are going to say because of winning, etc. But I love to see that support.
Yeah, everyone laughed at me, though. I was like, dang, I can't support my teammate.
Teammate up.
Laughing at
Like,
you.
what? They're like, okay, Lexie. I'm like, look at her numbers.
Yes. Look at the
Winning,
proof.
she would definitely be top 3 to 5 in that MVP conversation. Like, it was nice seeing NECA, like, reemerge. Like, she's had, like, a couple of rough seasons, so it was nice. Even though we didn't, win a lot, I think she got her swag back and confidence back. So it was nice to, like, be a part of that because she deserves, like, all of the things.
All of the things. And that consistency. Like, you know what you're going to get out of NECA every single night. And you know that she's going to be an asset to your team, whether she's on the court, any position, any time of the game, she's going to be your star. I want to throw out another name that I feel like I've heard. Kelsey Plum.
Yes. Yes.
Is having an incredible year. And she's already won All-Star MVP. She won the MVP for the Commissioner's Cup, the tiny trophy. But, her and Asia, first teammates to score 700 points in a season. That's just, we'll talk later about all the records that have been broken this season. But is she MVP yet? Or does she have a couple seasons to go? Or if Asia's not in the conversation, then it would be Kelsey Plum. How do we feel about her being an MVP?
Go ahead, Erica.
I feel like if she was on a different team,
I was just going to ask that.
she'd be more in the conversation. But because she is kind of overshadowed by Asia, you just really don't see much of her impact being talked about. But if she was on a different team, MVP for sure. For sure.
If that team was winning.
Yeah.
Yes, very true.
That's tough because Aces are winning. They're the number one team. So is that why we're even talking about her to begin with? Because she is on the winning team, the number one team in the league. If she was on a 6-seed team, 7-seed team.
You look at it like an Enrique who scores her butt off. Yeah. Never been an MVP candidate. And she's probably the best scorer in our league right now. Yeah. But I think I don't know. I think Enrique will win MVP before Kelsey.
Okay,
I think as long as
a hot take.
Is it a hot take?
I don't think so.
Is it? No?
Unless Kelsey, as long as that Aces core stays together, I just feel like Asia's always just gonna be the head of the snake.
Yeah.
And like Erica just said, like if she has to like remove herself to kind of make that leap, but I think she's in a really good spot and they're winning, and I think they could win a championship. They can win a few championships. But yeah, I think Enrique is on that path for sure. And Dallas is like figuring it out too. Yeah. Which has actually been slowly but surely nice to see. Yeah. I love seeing teams figure it out.
Can I ask you a question from a player's perspective? If it was Kelsey and Asia and that team, that core, like you just mentioned, stuck together and they continue to win, but Asia continues to receive that MVP honor, but they're winning championships. Is Kelsey happy?
I don't know.
Because she could leave and go and be that number one, really, at any other team if she wanted to.
She resigned, though. She resigned
this year.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people thought she was probably going to leave. But I'm like, you got a good spot. It's hard to find a comfortable spot in this league. It's very hard. And it took her a while, too. So I don't think she's in any rush to get out of there. I mean, accolades are nice, but championships are better, I think.
Yeah. It's also, too, I think of all the other MVPs that she's won, All-Star, Commissioner's Cup. If they go to the finals, I see her having a huge game that's the deciding one. And she could win finals MVP.
Yeah,
like, she totally could. Sure. And that's not always, we saw with the Mystics. Emma Miesemann won finals MVP, but EDD won league MVP. So I see her as kind of that player who can really have a breakout game and really decide a series. And that's where it's like, okay, yeah, Kelsey Plum's supposed to do that. But the league MVP, the face of the league is Asia.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I think we can agree.
She's the face of Ruffles.
Yeah, she is. I love that.
I love it. I gotta go buy me a bag, man. That is
That was
huge.
so
She got the
dope.
bag.
That
put the
is
bag.
Got the bag for the bag. Chip.
That
You
is
go,
huge,
girl.
man. That's so big.
Okay, next award is Defensive Player of the Year award, which also we're gonna talk a lot about the same person. Who do you think is going to win DPOY? Lexie, I'll start with you. 'Cause your
even
face
with-
says it all.
Even with the NBA, I always got a problem with the Defensive Player of the Year. It's always going to
Yes.
always
It's
going
a
to
big
post
award.
players.
It's a big
Because
award.
they block shots. But I can't block shots, but that makes me not a good defender because I don't get blocks. Like, I just don't understand like how it's always a post player. Like, it makes me mad. But that's why I was happy when, I know we're talking about WNBA, but Marcus Smart won
Yeah.
the Defense Player of the Year. I was so happy. And I
Yes.
was like, finally a guard. My vote goes to Brittany Sykes.
Yes.
Okay.
Like, you lead the league in steals over and over and over. You have to give her Defense Player of the Year.
Mhm.
Like, you have to.
2 years in a row,
Like-
she led, right? And I don't think that's
Yeah.
happened since Tamika Catchings. And
She said on my podcast that was the last person that had it. And she studies her game and the way she tries to emulate the steals and the way that she prefers steals over block shots, actually,
Mhm.
because it leads to offense.
She does both.
Well,
I was just gonna say,
Right?
I actually emerged as like one of the best two-way players.
Yeah,
In
for
the game.
sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're not even, her name hasn't even been mentioned in Defense Player of the Year.
I know.
Only by her and us.
Is that because of winning?
I guess, but I'm like, defense. You can score off defense, but like that's about energy, effort,
Mhm.
passion, and
Mhm.
willingness, and you got to reward people for that, whether you're winning or losing. Like defense is so important, and I think she's deserving of that
Yeah.
award. But she probably don't get it.
I know. I agree
Um,
because Asia is at the top of the conversation because she's leading in block shots and she is turning that into her own offense. But sometimes it should be about steals. It should be about hustle plays. It should be about the guards.
Yeah.
Just saying, post players. Leave us
shade.
some.
I'm
Leave
all
us.
for Asia right now.
Asia's number one fan on here.
I'm all for Asia. I mean, it just really solidified like Defensive Player of the Year from the last game, their first playoff game.
Mhm.
She struggled offensively, but man, the way that she was defending, like Phoenix could get nothing. Their bigs could get absolutely nothing. And when she came out, Phoenix offense got going. So, yeah. Asia for me.
Allie, do you have anyone else on your list or it's Asia? Yeah.
Alyssa Thomas?
Yes.
Okay, AT.
I, especially having a chance to really see him up close the last two games,
Yes.
2 of the last 3. The versatility, the 1 through 5,
Yes.
top 3 defense as a team, top 3
That
team
is
in the
important.
league,
Mhm.
and it's defensive rating, it's points per game,
Yes.
just that kind of impact. Obviously, I saw Asia at the front of that, but I was like, I can give you a different one that I found.
Yeah.
Well, the
Very valid.
Aces don't really play much defense.
They don't.
They also play a lot of zone.
Yeah.
Zone.
Rare in the league.
So
Very true.
I don't know. I feel like you have to consider things like that.
Yeah.
That's
But
a
yeah,
good point.
Alyssa, I didn't even think of her, but yeah, she definitely AT, Asia, Sykes, like that should be
Mhm.
Top 3.
the top 3.
Alyssa Thomas will always win putting the fear of God
Man, does she
award.
battle.
Like,
Mm.
I would not even come close. Like, if I saw Alyssa Thomas in the paint, I'm
Oof.
shooting a half-court shot. Like, I'm not,
A bull
I'm not even going close.
She will run you over.
run you over
Run you
and
over.
laugh
Not
at you.
While you're on the ground.
Put a smile on her face.